Have you ever wondered how we got here? It's not just you and me, but all of us, living in this incredibly complex, interconnected world. It didn't just happen overnight. Our modern society is the result of countless moments, decisions, and upheavals from the past. Today we're going on a whirlwind tour through history to uncover some of the most pivotal events that literally built the world we live in today. From the very words we use to the technology in our pockets, it all has a story. So, grab your metaphorical time machine and let's dive in. First stop, ancient Greece, and the birth of something truly revolutionary: democracy. Imagine a world ruled exclusively by kings and emperors. Then, in Athens, a radical idea took root. Citizens should have a say in their own governance. This wasn't a perfect system, of course, as it excluded many people, but the concept itself was world-changing. The idea that power could rest with the people, not just a single ruler, planted a seed that would grow into the political systems of countless nations today. Every time you see a news report about an election, or discuss political ideas freely, you're seeing the legacy of ancient Athens in action. It's a powerful reminder that our fundamental rights and freedoms have deep, ancient roots. Now let's fast forward a few centuries to the Roman Empire. Hey, what did the Romans ever do for us? Besides the roads, sanitation, and irrigation, they gave us the foundation of modern law. The Roman legal system was incredibly sophisticated for its time, based on principles like innocent until proven guilty and the importance of evidence. These concepts were codified in texts like the 12 Tables and later the Corpus Juris Civilis. When the Roman Empire fell, these legal ideas didn't just disappear. They were preserved, studied, and eventually became the bedrock for the civil law systems used across Europe and beyond. So the very structure of our courthouses and the principles that guide them owe a huge debt to those ancient lawyers in togas. Next, we jump to the 15th century, and an invention that put information into the hands of the masses: Gutenberg's printing press. Before this, books were rare and expensive, painstakingly copied by hand. Knowledge was controlled by a select few. The printing press changed everything. Suddenly, ideas could be reproduced quickly and cheaply. This fueled the Renaissance, sparked the Protestant Reformation, and laid the groundwork for the scientific revolution. It was the internet of its time, democratizing knowledge and allowing new ideas to spread like wildfire. Every book you read, every newspaper article you scan, is a direct descendant of this incredible innovation. It taught us that when information is accessible to everyone, society as a whole moves forward. From the spread of ideas, we move to the spread of people and cultures during the Age of Discovery. Starting in the late 15th century, European explorers like Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Magellan sailed across vast oceans, connecting continents that had been isolated for millennia. This led to the Columbian Exchange, a massive transfer of plants, animals, diseases, technologies, and ideas between the Old World and the New. While this era had devastating consequences for indigenous populations, it also fundamentally reshaped the globe. It created a truly globalized world for the first time, mixing cultures and creating new economic networks that would dominate for centuries. The food on your plate, from potatoes and tomatoes to coffee and sugar, is a direct result of these world-altering voyages. As new global economies emerged, a new way of thinking about science and the universe was taking hold. Welcome to the scientific revolution. Figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton challenged centuries of established dogma with observation and experimentation. They showed us that the Earth was not the center of the universe, that the natural world followed predictable mathematical laws. This was more than just an academic shift. It was a revolution in human thought. It promoted logic, reason, and empirical evidence over superstition and unquestioning faith. This scientific method is the engine that drives all modern innovation, from medical breakthroughs to space exploration. It gave us the tools to understand our world, and in doing so, the power to change it. The power to change the world wasn't just in the hands of scientists. By the late 18th century, people were demanding political change too. The American and French revolutions were explosive turning points. In America, colonists declared independence based on the ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A few years later, the French people rose up against their monarchy, demanding liberté, égalité, fraternite liberty, equality, and brotherhood. These revolutions weren't just about overthrowing old rulers, they were about establishing a new social contract, one where the rights of the individual were paramount and governments were accountable to the governed. These ideas inspired countless other movements for freedom and democracy around the world and continue to be a powerful force for change today. While political revolutions were reshaping nations, an economic revolution was transforming how people lived and worked. The Industrial Revolution, starting in Great Britain, saw the invention of machines like the steam engine and the power loom. This moved production from small cottages to massive factories in burgeoning cities. It was a period of incredible innovation but also immense social upheaval. It created unprecedented wealth, but also led to harsh working conditions and urbanization on a scale never seen before. This revolution created the modern industrial economy, the concept of a 9-to-5 job, and the urban landscapes that many of us call home. It set the stage for the consumer society and the technological progress of the 20th century. However, the 20th century also brought conflict on a scale that was previously unimaginable. World War I and World War II were total wars, involving nations from every corner of the globe and resulting in tens of millions of casualties. They redrew the map of the world, toppled empires, and gave rise to new superpowers, like the United States and the Soviet Union. The horrors of these wars also led to a profound desire for international cooperation to prevent future conflicts. This led to the creation of institutions like the United Nations, designed to promote peace, security, and human rights. These wars fundamentally altered the global balance of power and shaped the geopolitical landscape that we still navigate in the 21st century. Out of the ashes of World War II, a new kind of conflict emerged, the Cold War. This ideological battle between the capitalist West, led by the US, and the communist East, led by the Soviet Union, dominated the second half of the 20th century. While the two superpowers never fought directly, they engaged in proxy wars, an intense arms race, and a race to space. The constant threat of nuclear annihilation cast a long shadow over the world. The technological competition, however, also spurred incredible innovation. The space race, for example, led to advancements in computing, materials, science, and satellite communications that we rely on every day. GPS, for instance, is a direct descendant of this era. And that brings us to the final, and perhaps most impactful event on our list, the digital revolution. The invention of the microprocessor in the mid-20th century kicked off a technological cascade that has transformed every aspect of our lives. From personal computers to the internet and mobile phones, this revolution has changed how we work, communicate, learn, and entertain ourselves. It has connected the globe in ways that were once the stuff of science fiction. We are living in the middle of this revolution right now, and its full impact is still unfolding. It has flattened the world, giving individuals a global platform and creating a new digital economy. It's the ultimate culmination of all the history we've discussed. A world built on ancient ideas of democracy, powered by scientific principles, and connected by technology. So the next time you cast a vote, read a book, or scroll through your phone, remember the long, winding, and often difficult path that brought us here. Our modern world is a complex tapestry woven from the threads of these major historical events. Understanding them helps us understand ourselves and the world we share. What do you think is the most important event we talked about? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. See you next time.